a program where we capture the acts of kindness, support, and love shown during this period of the coronavirus pandemic adversely affecting the global socio-economic space. First, we bring you the story that Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has ordered the renewal of a long-running state of emergency for 3 months. The country has been under a state of emergency since April 2017, when twin church bombings claimed by an ISIL armed group affiliate killed dozens of people. The new extension comes as the government battles to contain the spread of the coronavirus pandemic in the Arab world's most populous country. The Health Ministry has so far recorded 4,782 COVID-19 cases in the population of 100 million. Some children in the United Kingdom with no underlying health conditions have died from a rare inflammatory syndrome which researchers believe to be linked to COVID-19. Health Secretary Matt Hancock said Italian and British medical experts are investigating a possible link between the coronavirus pandemic and clusters of severe inflammatory disease among infants who are arriving in hospital with high fevers and swollen arteries. China has criticized India's decision to stop using Chinese testing kits for the novel coronavirus because of quality issues in the latest strain in their ties. The Indian Council of Medical Research, the top agency dealing with the coronavirus outbreak, said on Monday it planned to return the kits for antibody tests procured from 2 Chinese firms because of poor accuracy. The Chinese embassy said it was deeply concerned by the Indian decision, and Chinese authorities had validated the equipment produced by the 2 firms, Guangzhou Vonfo Biotech and Zhuhai Livzon Diagnostics. It's unfair and irresponsible for certain individuals to label Chinese products as faulty and look at issues with preemptive prejudice, embassy spokeswoman Ji Rong said in a statement. Some 300,000 coronavirus masks sent to pregnant women in Japan as part of a government handout have been found to be faulty, media reports said. The latest in a string of complaints about how the government has dealt with the pandemic. The efforts of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's government to distribute protective cloth masks in its fight against the coronavirus have been marred by complaints about mold, insects and stains in a number of the masks handed out so far. Just days after it began supplying every household with 2 washable, reusable masks at a total cost of $430 million, complaints emerged of soiled or defective products, many of them from pregnant women. By Tuesday, the number of defective masks distributed to pregnant women had risen to 300,000 out of 500,000. Public broadcaster NHK reported. Former England international David Beckham kick-started a new initiative via social media as part of new ways to cope with staying indoors as a result of various quarantine measures in dealing with the current COVID-19 pandemic. #Embracing New Norms is a social media campaign that is the first step of a broader holistic initiative for people to put their health first as they ease into the new normal that has become daily life. South Asia could face a further public health crisis as children miss routine vaccinations, the UN warned today, spurring fears that the fallout from the novel coronavirus pandemic might reverse hard-earned gains in the region. The United Nations Children's Agency UNICEF said hundreds of thousands were at risk as lockdowns across South Asia halted immunization drives and parents refrained from taking their children to doctors to be inoculated. While the COVID-19 virus does not appear to make many children seriously ill, the health of hundreds of thousands of children could be impacted by this disruption of regular immunization services, said John Go, director of UNICEF's South Asia office. Some 373,000 property sales are on hold owing to the coronavirus lockdown, analysis of the housing market in UK cities suggests. The value of health sales totals a collective £82 billion, researchers at property portal Zoopla have estimated. Agreed sales were running at a tenth of the normal level and were akin to the activities seen in late December, they said. The stay-at-home message from the government has meant that people are only moving to new homes in rare circumstances, such as entering a vacant property. Government advice is for sellers and buyers to come to an amicable arrangement over delaying a moving date. Zoopla researchers said the rate of sales falling through peaked on 23rd of March, the day the UK lockdown began. It added that demand for housing was down 60% on levels recorded at the start of March. However, the picture varied across UK cities, with Cardiff recording an 80% drop in demand from buyers and Newcastle a 48% fall. The UK government is to spend £3.1 million on services supporting children who witnessed appalling abuse at home during the coronavirus lockdown. The funding will be given to councils, charities, and police and crime commissioners in England and Wales. Labour has put forward a plan for a refund of £75 million for domestic abuse services as part of charity funding. MPs will debate the domestic abuse later amid evidence it is rising during the coronavirus lockdown. There has been a surge in violence in the weeks since the lockdown was introduced, a report by MPs said, with a rise in killings and the number of calls to the National Domestic Abuse Helpline run by Refuge up 49% after 3 weeks. The Home Affairs Select Committee said that without a comprehensive government strategy to cope with the consequences of the violence, we'll be dealing with serious consequences for a generation. The new funding minister, Victoria Atkins, told BBC Breakfast. It will go towards services such as one-to-one and group counseling sessions and early intervention schemes, the Home Office said. Speaking about domestic abuse more broadly, Ms. Atkins said ministers were working with refuge providers to mitigate the impacts of COVID-19 on the availability of spaces. An interesting news we have here. A team of the Lagos University Teaching Hospital doctors, anesthetists and nurses delivered a woman with COVID-19 infection of a baby girl yesterday afternoon. The 40-year-old woman and a 3.3 kg baby are doing fine. According to the hospital, our gratitude goes to these gallant men and efforts of the medical workers in Lagos State and urge the government to continue to support them with all the allowances and in Lagos and Ogun States. This was established by 54 Gene Health Tech Company in collaboration with the state government and the NCDC. This brings the number of laboratories in our molecular lab network to 17 and expands national testing capacity. And that will be all for this edition of The Human Angle. Thanks very much for watching. Please share this, subscribe. You can also send your videos and pictures to news@poshareng.com or programs@poshareng.com and let's share your experience and views. Visit our website www.poshareng.com to get more updates from our news stories and videos. Also follow our social media platforms showing on the screen for further updates on our market reports. Join us by 9 p.m. for our 9 segments, which will be streamed live on our YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter channels. So we'll come your way again. Thank you for watching, and please do stay safe.